Jamaica is a very special case in a way because we are literally almost 90% black population. So our interest in and participation in the dialogue on blackness and Africans in the diaspora in particular is in a way a more nuanced discussion. Jamaicans have traditionally been very vocal. We have the tradition of Marcus Garvey, of Bob Marley, of all our musicians, all our cultural heritage, our culture of rebellion against slavery and enslavement and mental enslavement is a very strong one. So for us, this decade is a very, very important signal of finally of the recognition of the rights and privileges and the areas of justice that should be given to black people across the world. So, but for Jamaica, I want to stress that we are largely a black population, and so it is in our interest to make this work for the benefit, and especially the social and in economic advancement of all our peoples. For us, it's very, very critical, the linking of African descendants across the region, the Latin America, Caribbean region. When the Jamaican embassy was established in Brazil 3 years ago, this was one of the very important themes that we thought we would look at, and that is the cultural connections between Brazil and Jamaica, particularly in the area of blackness and negritude. So it's a very critical thing for us to be here and participating at this meeting convened in Brasilia, and to put forward our own ideas and debate, to add to the debate on the decade of African descendants across the world. But very, very critical for black people within the region to link together, to understand each other better, and to make the linkages and connections with the common history of slavery and oppression that we have all gone through, regardless of the different forms it has probably taken in different countries. Jamaica has actually already begun to take an initiative, a look at how we can participate in this decade, which we hope actually will go beyond 10 years. But we were very instrumental in the initiative to establish a slavery memorial in the UN in New York. Jamaica was one of the key countries who pushed for this, and that was happily launched successfully. We also have begun the discussions on reparations, which we see as a very important part of the critical sense of justice that we need to derive at the end or in the middle of this discussion on slavery and how we move forward and add value to the process. So the CARICOM Reparations Commission is a very, very important development in our region, in the CARICOM region, and Jamaica is one of the key countries on that commission, playing a very important part in how we move the debate forward on reparations.